to the Senate, where we're monitoring very closely the Senate decision on the Electoral Act Amendment Bill. Now before it, I'm joined by public affairs analyst Yusuf Haroun for more on this development. We understand the Senate has reaffirmed Section 60, subsection 3, while giving operational discretion to INEC. What does this mean for the electronic transmission of election results, and how do you see it impact on transparency and credibility at the polling unit level?
It all lies in the court of INEC, and the Senate clearly stated today that INEC will determine the mode of transmission of results of the election, especially this coming presidential election in 2027. The Senate said clearly that INEC will determine if it's going to be electronic transmission or manual transmission. So this is something which INEC has to determine. Also, we saw where Ojus Okanu came out to say that in his village, there is no network, so it has to be transmitted manually, allegedly. But the reality is that I have to say this as an analyst. I don't think the current senator, who has been a 2 times governor and who has been a House of Rep, could say that there is no network in his village. I think this is something he should do. And many of them are on the sides, either to transmit electronically or manually. But I will say this, it's even easier to manipulate electronic transmission of results than manual transmission. Because when you try to create a manual document, it's obvious that this has been doctored or it has been altered. But with electronic transmission, people can easily change results. People can go into the cyber system and change the numbers. People can hack into the system. So this is another problem which Nigerians have to face, and INEC also has to deal with. But I want a free, fair, and credible election come 2027. And I'm optimistic that the president that will win the election next year is very obvious, even with a free and fair election. So I believe that things should be done. Nigeria is not the first country to have this kind of debate, whether electronic transmission or not. Let us look at Ghana as an example. Ghana also had their issue and their setbacks. South Africa also had. Even the United States, till today, United States is having problem with voter IDs. You can be surprised that one of the most developed countries in the world, they don't even have an ID card to vote. USA, fact check me for this. So electoral systems come with different challenges all over the world. Nigeria is not an exception. However, I want there to be improvement in the electoral system.
Indeed.
I want there to be credibility. And I want there to be less court cases, less debate on whoever wins. I want the winner to come out clear, free, and fair.
Mr. Haroun, it's been an eye-opening episode, especially as it relates to the quality of governance that grassroots people enjoy if there are villages in this country that do not have access to the internet and what have you. And you mentioned that this can be easily manipulated. The same sophistication it needs to be hacked is also what Nigeria needs to put forward as a nation in 2026 to be able to build firewalls and bring together its best hands to make it, impenetrable by those circumstances and those possibilities. But the Senate has now reconstituted a 12-member committee. We understand it's going to harmonize the bill with the House. What should be the priority issues before this committee in the coming days?
One of the most important priorities for this committee is that they should ensure voter credibility. People should be confident to vote, and people should know their vote count. This will make Nigerians to be more confident in the electoral system. Also, the electorate, those who have been elected into public offices, which includes the senators, the governors, House of Reps, the president, they will also be accountable to the people, to the populace. They will know that the citizens are going to determine their fate every 4 years. Even the chairman of local government, So I'm very, very optimistic. That's one of the things I want this 12-man committee to look into. Voter credibility. Also, these our voter ID cards. There has been cases in the past, in 2023, even 2015, where there were issues of voter cards. Some of them were alleged to have been doctored or to have been bought by other people. And one other thing again, the third thing I want them to look at is underage voting, especially in the northern part of Nigeria.
Okay.
We have been alleging that, northern Nigeria, they have a large vote and they determine the election. But there's also been allegations that majority of those in the north are fraudulent voters, allegedly.
Well,
And
INEC,
there have been circulation
yes.
of, yes, this is the duty of INEC to make sure that every Nigerian that is voting is 18 years and above, so that we don't have some people in one part of the region who they go to carry their children who are just 9 years old, 8 years old, 10 years old, start to vote for a particular candidate. Then we see, it seems the northern part, they have more people to vote. No, let us make sure that this 12-man committee, they also look into underage voting.
Good place to live it.
Problem in Nigeria.
INEC has also been nursing its dream and its desire for the revalidation of the voter register as it's currently constituted. We see how all of these play out in the coming days. Dr. Yusuf Haroun, thank you for your insight.
Always a pleasure, Nipemi. Thank you very much.
The